All right, we have a quorum. Will the meeting please come to order? This is a meeting of the Los Angeles City Council. I'm Councilmember Ruth Galanter, President Pro Tem of the Council. We have just a quorum, and ladies and gentlemen, that's all we're going to get today. So, and several people have been excused to leave while it's still morning, so we need to do this expeditiously. This is a meeting of the City Council. We are being viewed on Channel 35, City Cable Television. We're also available by council phone. And what else do we need to know? I think we're ready to start. Yeah, I know you do. Actually, we have several presentations, and you're up first. Why don't we call the roll first? So we're really here.
Burnson, Chick, Fuhr, Galanter, Goldberg, Hernandez, Holden, Miskowski, Pacheco, Padilla, Ridley, Thomas, Swornich, Wax, Walters, Ferraro, 10 members present in the quorum, Madam President.
Thank you. First item will be approval of the minutes. Let's take care of that. Is that, do we have that on here somewhere? Let's approve the minutes. Hearing no objection, unanimous vote. We do have a number of presentations this morning. I call on Mr. Wax for the first one.
Madam President, members of council, I have a very special presentation. It's not a resolution, it's a thank you. And I'd call to your attention on each of your desks, you should have a remarkable book that has just been published, which we've just distributed. This is the fourth edition, but certainly the most comprehensive and most significant arts resource directory in Southern California. It's an art resource directory and an arts and education guide, which has been compiled by Arts Inc. And the people who are here today who are going to make this presentation to each of you. This is an extraordinary resource in Southern California. I think that if you begin to look at it, you can begin to tell the huge amount of work that went into compiling this directory. It has enormous importance to the arts community and the creative community of Los Angeles and Southern California. It is really revealing of something that many of us have been aware of over time, of just how large and how significant the creative community is in Los Angeles, and how marbled and ingrained it is throughout all of the neighborhoods and all of the communities and all of the diverse groups that make up our city. It's really impressive to begin reading through here and realizing that each of these represents an arts organization, a group of creative people, an educational and outreach program that many of the organizations have in all of our neighborhoods, in all of our communities, embracing all of the various varied people that make up our great city. With me today are Beth Fox, who's the Executive Director of Arts, Inc., Beverly Ryder, whom a number of you know, and a tremendous artist named Roberto Gutierrez, whose work you often see when you come down between the second and fourth floors. There are quite a few works here that have made those hallways a lot more attractive, and those are also Roberto's work. He did the cover of this book, and I wanted all of them to be here, first to be able to present one of the books to each of you, and second to tell us a little bit about how it came about and how we've gotten to where we are and what it means to Los Angeles. But most importantly, I wanted on behalf of my colleagues and all of the people of Los Angeles to say thank you to you for the enormous effort you put into making this book a reality and for all that it represents, because it's more than just a book, it's a living book. And let me ask perhaps if Beth would first come forward and say a few words to the council.
Thanks, Joel. Well, we're delighted to be here this morning to present this book to you. This is actually a gift from the Arts, Inc. Board of Directors. Our commitment at Arts, Inc. is that we envision a future for Greater Los Angeles in which the arts thrive and are recognized for their excellence, diversity, and integral relationship to the quality of civic life. This book is certainly graphically on the cover, thanks to Roberto Gutierrez, and internally, thanks to the content, a reflection of that vision. And I think that all of you certainly know, as well as I do, that healthy cities have healthy arts communities and vice versa. We see this as an advocacy tool. We see it as a promotional device to actually distribute nationally. We are very delighted to report that this book is in bookstores at Borders and Barnes & Noble and will soon be online thanks to the calendar live at the LA Times. And the National Endowment for the Arts has just given us the seed money to actually take this book into a CD-ROM format that will be given out free of charge to 2,500 cities across the nation, utilizing Los Angeles as the model for disseminating information about local resources, particularly those that relate to the needs of teachers who are looking more and more for local artists and arts education programs to which they can turn, particularly in schools such as ours that are now implementing art standards. And our teachers, of course, don't necessarily have the training in order to know how to do that. So all of the different arts and cultural groups in this book that are highlighted in the golden boxes are the ones that we developed with teachers in mind, and now our federal government is telling us that this is such a model, they want us to take it across the country. So that's something I think we can all be proud of, and thank you very much, Joel.
Thank you, Beth.
I'll just say one more. Yes. Hi, I'm Beverly Ryder. I'm the chair of Arts, Inc. So I'm very pleased and proud to be able to present you with this work of art from our standpoint and endeavor. And I do want to emphasize that we are the Arts and Business Council member of Los Angeles. And one of the things I do want to emphasize is one of the resources of this book that we think will be very, very important is to get these books in all of our schools. So that is one of the other endeavors that we are on as a mission to use it as a teacher's guide, to get it in all of our public schools in Los Angeles, and I think it'll be a well-recognized resource as we go forward. So I'd like to thank you again for that.
Thank you. And Roberto, do you want to? I want you to all meet Roberto because you see his work every day, and he makes our life around here a little brighter. And perhaps you might just say a word, Roberto. We're very grateful that you came down today.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Councilman Wax and Art Inc. and Self-Help Graphics Director Tomas Benitez for this wonderful opportunity to show my work, and also all the arts in Los Angeles for giving me the opportunity of showing my work here in City Hall. Thanks.
Thank you, members of council. Thank you, members of council.
I always wondered who did the paintings in the hallways. Joel, you need to see if we can get this into some of the independent bookstores as well. The chair recognizes Mr. Holden for a presentation. You have a presentation?
I think so.
No. Okay, we'll have Ms. Goldberg for a presentation.
Madam President, members of the council, I'm sure the gentleman to my right needs no introduction. Yesterday, I was happy to be present, but unhappy to be present at the last meeting at which Red Martinez was to be a member of the Board of Public Works. And I wanted to bring him here this morning so that all of you who may not have had a chance to attend yesterday would have a chance also to wish him well and to thank him for his enormous commitment to the City of Los Angeles and his tremendous efforts on behalf of the city. In the resolution that all of you signed, we did remind him that Albert Einstein, the scientist and humanist, stated that only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. And Red Martinez lives his life in such a manner. He has been on the commission for more than 8 years. He's a graduate locally of Loyola High School, and he's also had background in Building Trades California Construction Industry Institute and the Trade Tech Labor Studies Center, as well as UCLA and Loyola University Industrial Relations, Political Science, and Business Administration. He first was appointed to the Board of Public Works by Mayor Tom Bradley in March of 1991. And in addition to his numerous committee and task force assignments, Red Martinez was the board liaison to the offices of then Councilmember Alatorre, John Ferraro, as well as myself. He also worked with the Bureau of Contract Administration, Engineering and Management, and Employee Services. But I think probably the most important thing that Red Martinez has done is what he does wherever he is, which is to share his time and talents with the community as a commissioner. He's worked with the Personnel Commission of the LA Unified School District. He's been the Building Trades Representative to the Labor Assistance Program, and on and on and on and on. But I think that it is important for us to pause for a moment. And I will read only the concluding part. Therefore, be it resolved by the adoption of this resolution, the City Council of the City of Los Angeles, along with the mayor, hereby join Councilmember Jackie Goldberg in commending Maurice E. Red Martinez on a job well done, and salute him as a leader who has earned the respect and admiration of all those who have been fortunate enough to come into contact with him, and to wish him a rich and rewarding future. You know, he is a modest human being. He's a caring man. He's a hardworking man. He has been an activist both in the labor community and in the Latino community of Los Angeles for a great many years. And I, for one, you know, Red, will miss you tremendously. Our office and I personally have enjoyed working with you. Your leadership has been dynamic, and your concern and care that the rules are followed by contractors in this city is legendary, and I think that it is, in my opinion, a real shame the city will no longer have you on its Public Works Commission. But we wish you real good well, and we thank you so much for all your service to this city.
Thank you so much. I love you, baby.
But you can't go yet. Several people want to say a few more things to you. So I'll first stay up there. I'll first recognize Mr. Burnson.
Red, this is kind of a sad moment because we really hate to see you go. I think you said it's sad. I think it's almost criminal that he's leaving. He's done such a terrific job for the city and given so much to us that it's really sad that we're losing that. My hope is that we're going to see you around doing other things that involve. I know you're going to be around somewhere, Red, because we got to see you. But I just want to personally thank you for all the assistance you've given to my office through the years that I've been here, and for all the things you've done as far as dealing with the public works matters throughout the city. You've been invaluable to that department, and it's a sad day that you're no longer going to be there. I must say that. Thank you.
Councilmember Chick.
It's kind of hard to add to what's already been said, but I wanted to rise and pay my personal respects and also say my thanks. You have been a very reliable source of straightforward and reliable information, and that's something that's not always easy to obtain here. I also feel that there's something quite wrong with the fact that we're here saying goodbye to you, and I very much hope it's not goodbye. I think sometimes there's a whole variety of creative ways to keep a presence even after the official one has ended, but I'm sorry that that's happening, and you will be missed.
Chair recognizes Mrs. Galanter.
I have to come over here and have the first speak, Chair, because I couldn't let you leave without joining in the chorus of "I'm sorry and I'll miss you." It's, you know, we had all hoped you would be reappointed, and of course, it's the way the cookie crumbles and all that kind of stuff. But I too want to say that I will miss you a lot, and I've really appreciated the conscientious effort that you've put into your service for the city. Nobody can ever accuse you of having been casual about the work that you've done, and we really appreciate it a lot. And everybody in the city ought to know who you are and what kind of a wonderful job that you've done for us. And I wish you well, and I hope you will be around, and look forward to working with you on whatever we can cook up.
Thank you. The chair recognizes Councilman Fuhrer.
Not yet. That was your turn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Red, I'll be brief. We didn't have that much opportunity to work on concrete projects over the last several years directly. But indirectly, you've had an enormous impact on the quality of life and delivery of basic city services and infrastructure in this city. And all of us know that. And I just wanted to rise as someone who wishes he had had more of an opportunity to work closely with you. Your reputation for hard work, important work, integrity, and getting the job done means a great deal to all of us. Congratulations on a remarkable career in public service that I hope is not yet over.
Chair recognizes Mr. Wax.
Well, Mr. President, it's basically all been said, but I still would feel remiss if I didn't join with my colleagues. I thought Ms. Goldberg's words were so meaningful and so apt of the way that you devoted yourself. I've known you not as well as I might have liked to, but I've known you a long time. I knew you when you were red. and
Some of us did, yeah.
You can live without that one, couldn't we?
I just want to join with my colleagues in thanking you. The city owes you a great debt of gratitude, and I think that you know that we all are expressing it not just on behalf of ourselves, but the people in the communities and in the neighborhoods whose communities have been improved and helped, as well as the city employees who have provided those services a lot through your efforts. So I want to join with my colleagues in thanking you very, very much.
Chair recognizes Mr. Holden.
How are you doing, Red? Okay, Nate. You know, we're going to soon discover how bad term limits are. Yeah. You were there just about 8 years, and it was really good to see you in that position. You were able to bridge the communication gap between the labor movement, the brothers and sisters, where you came from, and to the business community and to government as well. I don't think that there's any other person there now or in the near future who have the talent, skills, and qualifications to do just that, as you've been able to do. And that's just how important you have been to that commission, how badly the commission needs you back, serving us again. Just sorry to see you go. I know you gave all you had to give, and that's your total commitment to serving the people of the city of Los Angeles. I mean, I didn't have you in my district, but you did very, very well, so I'm told, in the council districts that you ably represented, Ms. Goldberg, Mr. Ferrara, and Mr. Alatorre. So, but it was just not enough for you to go around. But we have a good person in our district, too. So, you've trained her well, and she's done an outstanding job, Ms. Shaw. And thank you for what you've done for me in my district by sharing that information with Ms. Shaw, who's going to carry on in your tradition and your footsteps. God bless you, my dear friend. You will not be gone forever. You'll be back. I'll be back.
Chair recognizes Ms. Walters.
Thank you, Mr. President. Red, no one has mentioned that while you served in Public Works, you simultaneously served as a personnel commissioner for the Unified School District. And that was where we first met. And I trust that you're continuing in that role. You have contributed many years of top-notch service to the school district as well as to the city, and I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Red, your turn.
It's showtime now, right? Nate, you made mention of Commissioner Shaw. We call her Mama Shaw now. You know, she's... Oh, yeah. I sit next to her on the board, and she says, she pulls my sleeve like that. No, you shouldn't be doing that. Don't be reading this paper, because can't you see that we're giving an award to somebody? But she'd always get after me. But I really appreciate this outpouring of support and love. And, you know, I've got a plaque on my desk that I got in Cuernavaca when I was in Mexico many years ago. And it says, haz todo con amor. And it means do everything with love. And that's kind of been my motto. And what you give, you always get back tenfold. And I just want to thank all of you. I really appreciate this. I'm humbled by it, and Godspeed. And I'll always be around to assist in any way I can. I'll still be involved with the labor movement. And I'm not going to go away. Thank you.
Thank you, Red. The chair recognizes Mrs. Galander for a presentation. Red, come on by this way.
It's not going to be easy to get him out of this building. He'll be here. He'll come see you. Thank you, Mr. President and members of the council. Today, we say goodbye to another long-time, hard-working, loyal, trustworthy city employee. Sharon Sloan has been working for the city for the past 31 years and has decided that that was long enough and it's time to retire from the Recreation and Parks Department. She began as a clerk typist with the Planning Department in 1968. You know, every time somebody leaves who came here in 1968, I think how long ago that was. You have been a very long-serving employee here. She was transferred to Rec and Parks in 1971. She has served as executive secretary under 4 assistant general managers in the Pacific region since 1982. And she's received several commendations from the general manager of the department for her participation, leadership, and hard work, all of which she deserved. She was elected as director of the City Employees Benefits Service Association and has been named the association's Humanitarian of the Year in 1990 for her extraordinary efforts on behalf of the association. She's one of these people that we hate to lose because she has a positive attitude, a constructive attitude. She's earned the respect of city employees, managers, elected officials, and most importantly, our city residents. And so, with some reluctance, but all good wishes, I have for you today a resolution from the city commending you, thanking you, and commending you on your 31 years of service to the city of Los Angeles, and we really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Galanter, and to Councilmember Galanter and the members of the City Council. It has been a wonderful 31 years. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been a lot of hard work. As a native of the city of Los Angeles, I took great pride in being a city employee, and I do appreciate the efforts of my fellow city employees in the Department of Recreation and Parks. I have some special guests with me today I'd like to introduce, someone very important to me, and if it were not for her, I would not be here, and that's my mother, Mrs. Betty Simmons.
Come up on this side where you can be seen on the camera.
And some of you know this gentleman. He's also very, very special to me. He's the president of the All City Employees Benefit Services Association, but he's also my husband, Jay Sloan. And again, I thank you all for this honor.
Before you leave the podium, Ms. Walters would like to say a word to you.
Yes, I just wanted to say to Sharon that I'm really sorry to see you go. You've been such a pleasant voice there and so helpful in trying to get things worked out and done and to get in touch with the general managers. You served many years under Jackie Tatum, and she thought the world of you. And when I look at you there, I cannot believe that you served the city 31 years. And I understand you and your husband are all set to go on a cruise to celebrate this.
Yes,
so do enjoy. Do enjoy. Nice to meet your mom.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Galanter, you have a second presentation?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. President. Susanna, where are you? Finally, I get to give Susanna Reyes a certificate of her own. All of you, I think, know Susanna, and she is the person who runs our city facilities recycling program. She's the one who gets me the little boxes I insist you put under your desks. And we have, as you see, the whole team here, and we've all been here a number of times to commend the guys who lift those bins and haul them around. And Susanna has never allowed me to give her a certificate, but this time I outfoxed her. Although I think she may have outfoxed us. Susanna, alas, is leaving us. She is only going up the hill to the Department of Water and Power, but I'm going to have to find a new assistant resident pest. Susanna really has done an amazing job with this program, and I can't tell you I'm heartbroken that you're leaving, and I'm happy to tell you that I talked to some of these people in the hallways, and they are too. And so you may think you're going away, but you can expect a lot of phone calls from a lot of us. Susanna is one of the people who helped me create the Good Earth Keeping Award, which we give to local businesses in their efforts to better the environment. And she's the one who helps train all the city employees to know how best to do the recycling. I'm going to let her tell you how many tons of waste we've diverted from the landfills, because I can't keep up with the number. She looks like she just got out of high school, but actually Susanna has been working for the city since, I hate people who look like they just got out of high school, I have to tell you that. She's actually been working for the city of Los Angeles since 1986. And in that 13 years, she's worked in the Department of General Services, working her way up from management assistant to senior management analyst 2. She's the program manager in the City Facilities Recycling Program. She's also the assistant director of the Building Services Division. And I don't know what else to say. I'm really going to miss you a lot, but I think you've done a wonderful job here, and we only give you a small one because we're not letting you retire from the city. After all, you've only been here since 1986. You only beat me by a year. But I do want to give you this certificate of appreciation with a lot of appreciation and love and enormous gratitude for the work that you've done.
Chair recognizes Ms. Miskowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to echo Councilmember Galanter's words. Susanna was not only the manager of the program, she makes the program happen. And with the crew standing behind her, they too, there isn't a time that I haven't said to my staff, can we find a way to recycle this, that they don't come up and say, yes, we can. And they're I don't think the word no is in her vocabulary or their vocabulary. So the way that she has inspired the staff, pulls us together in terms of, as I say, not just a manager, but a making it work, and making it work with enthusiasm, excitement, energy, and pride, is a really wonderful testament. So thank you for that work, and thank you to all the crew behind you who have carried out a part of that spark that you help inspire. So thank you.
That's it? We let Susanna talk? No,
Yes,
Okay,
please.
hold on. No. Wait. Now, she is leaving the Department of General Services, and Tony DeClue wants to join me in saying something here.
Thank you. President, members of the council, it gives me great pleasure, Susanna, to share this moment with you. Susanna is one of our outstanding employees. She has exhibited dedication, she has exhibited the kinds of things that each and every city employee strive for throughout the 13 years she's been with us. She's taken a program which was infinitesimally small and turned it into an incredibly successful program. In addition to that, she's been the assistant division head for the Building Services Group. She has done things quietly behind the scenes with the Joint Labor Management Committee in the custodial services to improve custodial services. She's worked with our mail and messenger services. She's worked with our delivery services. And she's done so many things that have helped this city to become a better city and the services and general services to be performed in an excellent manner. So we join with you, and we certainly thank Susanna and hope that she will return to us in the future.
Now we'll hear from Susanna.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud to be here today. I'm humbled by this experience. I just want to tell you that the success of the program would not be possible without your support. The support of the mayor and elected officials is very important, and that is what makes the program different. In fact, I had a meeting with the city of San Diego 2 days ago, and they're having a tough time getting their building services, facilities, recycling off the ground, basically because, and I mentioned to them that they would need the support of their elected officials, and they cringe on like asking for the support of their elected officials. And I said, well, that's what matters, you know. You have to get on the ball and get those elected officials on your supporting your program. The success of the program will not also be possible without General Services Department support. They have been very supportive of the program. They believed in me. It is that faith that allowed me to be creative, to be decisive, and to run the program. And most of all, the people who are here behind me, those are the people that I will have a tough time leaving, because they have really exerted all their efforts. They believed in the leadership of the program. They know they are proud of their work. They are proud of the city facilities recycling program. Please continue supporting them. They would need your support, and I guarantee you that the next person will be as equally qualified and motivated as myself. I will not be going away. I will just be up the hill at the Department of Water and Power. I will be a resident pest there, but although I will not be doing recycling, I will be serving in the executive office. Hopefully, I will be a positive force in that department, and I thank you. I thank all of you and individually for all your support and belief in the program. Thank you very much.
And if they don't treat you right, you can always come back.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
very much.
President.
That concludes the awards, and we'll call upon the clerk now to give us the continuations. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Nick. We have recognized Councilman Pacheco for an introduction.
Fellow council members, I just wanted to take this opportunity to introduce two of my constituents who are here visiting. I have Jake Stevens, who's from the Boy Scouts, Troop 188. Stand up, Jake. And his mother, Kathy Stevens. I just wanted to introduce them and tell him how much it's an honor to have constituents come down and observe our process. He's going through his citizenship in the community process for being an Eagle Scout. So, welcome.
Welcome to City Hall. Thank you. Next item.
Before beginning the regular agenda, Mr. President, you have several items to continue. Item number 4, the applicant consents to continuance till September 29th.
Okay, without objection. What about item?
Item number 5, also the applicant consents to continuance to September 29th.
Okay.
And item number 21, one of the closed session items, the city attorney is requesting that to be continued to August 4th.
Okay, without objection, that'll be the order. Next item, item number 7.
Item number 7, confirmation of Dominic Rubalcava to the Department of Water and Power Commissioners.
Okay. Commissioner, welcome. Any members of the council wish to ask any questions of the commissioner? I just want to take this moment to thank the Commissioner for his support on the Chatsworth Reservoir, and plus his terrific service he's given to the department and the city. And if there are no other comments, we'd ask for open the roll, please. Open the roll, close the roll.
11 ayes.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thanks for your support, and we will resolve that issue.
Thank you. Forthwith on that. Item number 8. Item number 8.
Confirmation of Sharon Romano to the Community Forest Advisory Council.
Right. Sharon Romano, are you here? Please come forward, Sharon. Have a seat over here. Thank you. Do you wish to speak, Ms. Goldberg?
Mr. President, I'm sure many of you have heard of the Hollywood Beautification Team and its wonderful work, not only in my district, but in Mr. Ferraro's district, Ms. Chick's district, and other places throughout the city, Mr. Hernandez's district. And Sharon has a vast wealth of information and knowledge about trees and how they do and do not do well in the urban forest, and I'm very happy that she has agreed to serve in this capacity and urge a unanimous approval.
Very good. Okay, open the roll, close the roll.
11 ayes.
Thank you. You've been confirmed, and congratulations, and thank you for your service. Next item.
Item number 1 is a required public hearing item, public convenience or necessity.
Okay. Do we have any cards?
No.
No.
And I need a motion from the floor to grant or deny the application.
Okay, Mrs. Chick moves, Mrs. Goldberg seconds. Open the roll, please. Close the roll.
11 ayes.
Okay. Item number 2.
Item number 2 is also a public hearing item, public convenience or necessity. Councilmember Hernandez's office has notified us that he supports the granting the application.
Okay. We need a motion. We have Councilman Pacheco moves and Councilman Padilla seconds. No? You're not going to move this one? Okay. All right. Mr. Wax moves, Mr. Padilla seconds. Open the roll. Close the roll.
11 ayes.
Okay. Very good. At this time, the chair will relinquish.
You don't have to.
I'll relinquish to Mrs. Galanter.
Just leave my pen. Thank you. All right, we're up to the next item.
Item number 3 is a public hearing item. You have a card?
So I do. Mr. Harry Siegel.
Good morning, Madam President and council members. My name is Harry Siegel. I'm a resident of North Hollywood, California. Here, I had the street improvement working in front of you, and I appreciate your approval in the past. And I'm requesting on behalf of myself and my 2 neighbors your approval to have this project go through again. We're trying to put curbs and gutters through on our street. And also get the street paved so that it will improve the environment in our neighborhood, and so that we can pay more taxes when the improvement goes through. So we appreciate your help in the past, and we're requesting again your help in the future here. We've been working on this since April 1996, and I myself have carried it from one department to the next to try to get it through, and it'd be a great help if you approve it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Siegel. That closes the public hearing. We're going to continue the public hearing until August 20th, I'm advised, and then we'll do it. Okay, next item.
Next
Probably.
item, Madam President, item number 6 is confirmation of William T. Fujioka as CAO. And that is a 2-part process, confirm the assessment, and then council may recess to close session to establish a salary.
All right, wait, Hal, let's take this one step at a time. All right. First, we have the issue of confirmation. And And oddly enough, I don't see anybody wishing to speak. I see somebody in the audience. Did you fill out a card, David? I'm sorry. Oh, that says David Diaz, so it does. Mr. Diaz, excuse me, we're having a public hearing. Go ahead.
That's fine, thank you. Good morning, council members. My name is David Diaz. I'm an environmental planner. I'm here to strongly urge your support for Bill Fujioka. I think he's fair. He has a lot of integrity. I think he works very well with the workforce here in the city. I think he's proven that both in the city and the county. But more importantly, I think we really have to look at the future of the city in term limits. His position is going to be critical in the future direction, evolution of both policy and implementation of a full range of programs here in this city. He's the kind of person I think you'll have all the confidence in the world to depend on for information, for fairness, for integrity and accuracy in the information. I think this is going to be one of the most important decisions you will make on the council, because I think Bill will be here for quite some time, and I urge your strong support for his nomination. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no other cards, so we'll close the public hearing, and we'll hear first from Mr. Fewer.
Thank you, Ms. Galanter. Mr. Fujioka came to the Budget and Finance Committee, and we had an opportunity, each member of the committee, to question him extensively on an array of issues, from financial background, financial management background, to the role of the CAO under the new charter, and an array of other issues as well. And I think it's fair to say that Mr. Fujioka's responses were both insightful and expansive. I think it was a very direct conversation, and I know all of us on the committee were delighted with Mr. Fujioka's appointment and look forward to your service.
Thank you. Mrs. Chick.
Yes, I also am looking forward to working with Mr. Fujioka in his new role, and in chatting this morning on the way up from the garage, I think we agree that despite the fact that there will soon be a new name for the office, that colleagues, what we are going to find is that with a new person in the role of CAO, whatever it is that we're going to call you and the office that you're supervising and administrating, that what we're going to find is that we have maintained having both the person, the office, and the staff that is consistent with what we've always relied on before, and that's an objective and expert entity to turn to for advice and guidance on all kinds of fiscal and management issues. Advice objective to the City Council as well as to the Mayor of the city, and I look forward to that.
Mr. Holden.
Mr. Fujioka, Bill, I'm very pleased to vote for your confirmation. It's rare that I have an opportunity to vote for someone who's never made you feel that you were wrong on any issue. Even when you are taking an opposite position, it's one that I can accept readily. You're the kind of a guy, in my view, can work with everybody. And that's what we need, the kind of person we need in the position that you are aspiring for and that you will hold. It just makes me think that how much better the city would be if we could have a lot more county employees come over here to help us out. So, good luck. I know you'll do a great job.
Anybody else? We have the committee report before us. Mr. Fujioka, if you want to try to talk us out of this, I will give you a moment to do so.
I think at this point, silence would be my best tack.
Very astute.
But thank you very much for this opportunity.
You're welcome. All right, we have the committee report before us. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
All right, now, for the second portion of this,
The council may wish to recess.
the council has the option to recess to closed session or to discuss this here. This is establishing the salary. If I don't hear a motion to adjourn to closed session, I'm going to assume we want to do it here and now, in which case, let's move forward. This is a very interesting meeting. No one has asked to speak. Someone's going to have to make a motion, I believe.
Yeah, let Jackie
Now,
do it.
what is it that you're moving, just so we're clear on the record here? You're moving the mayor's recommendation?
Yes.
All right. Do I hear a second?
That ought to confuse everybody.
Huh? Yes, I think it will. Yes, let it be noted for the record that Ms. Goldberg is moving the mayor's recommendation in order to confuse everybody. Mr. Wax.
I'd like to know, A, what the salary is. It amazes me, we put out these calendars, and it has everything but the facts that are important. I'd like to know what the salary is and what the salary of Mr. Comrie was. Is your staff here on this?
Well, in view of the fact that we don't have the old CAO, and we don't yet have the new CAO, Royce will have to do this.
I don't think that one person did all the work up there.
Apparently, the salary was left out of your package, but
But otherwise, we should just vote on it.
The salary for the old CAO for Mr. Comrie was $197,086. The salary being recommended by the mayor for Mr. Fujioka is $186,625.
So it's less than the other
Yes,
one,
it
okay.
is.
Thank you.
All right, anybody else? In that case, open the roll on the Ms. Goldberg's motion, the mayor's recommendation. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
There you go, unanimous vote, you're hired.
Could I do one thing?
Yes, sir? Mr. Fujioka.
I wanted to place on the record, I wanted to introduce my son and my mother, who are very important to me. There's Jason, who's back here, and my mother, Linda, just so it's on the record.
Well, we're delighted to have them here, and it was very sensible to wait till we confirmed you.
I try to be.
Welcome to the council. This may be the last moment of peace and harmony.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Yes, we'd like both halves of that to go forthwith. Well, it may not be the last moment of peace and harmony. You never know. Around here, you never know. All right, next item. Congratulations.
Items for which public hearings have been held, items 9 through 14.
Do we have any specials, items 9 through 14? Mr. Holden calls 9 and 10 special. All right, that leaves us the rest of them. All right, open the roll on, I'm sorry, you'll have to tell me the numbers again.
Items 11, 12, 13, and 14.
All right, open the roll on those 4 items, close the roll, tabulate the
11
vote.
ayes.
There we go.
11 ayes.
Okay, that's those. We're holding 9 and 10 special, and so we'll take the next item.
The next items for which public hearings have not been held, items 15 through 20.
Okay, do we have any specials in items 15 through 20?
Madam President?
Mr. Fewer.
Item 20 should go to the Budget and Finance Committee, please.
All right. Without objection, that will be the order on item 20. We do not have any cards on any of these other public hearing items. Is there anyone in the audience who wants to be heard on items 15 through 20, or 15 through 19? Hearing none, the public hearings are closed, and the items are before us. Are there any specials? Seeing no specials, open the roll. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
We're doing very well here, aren't we? All right. Next item.
Item number 22, the closed session. We've received notice that that should be continued until Tuesday.
Splendid. That will be continued until Tuesday. What happened to item 21?
21 was continued.
Wait, it was already continued. All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that completes the agenda. What else is on there?
Items, the special items, Councilmember Holden called items
9 and 10. All right,
special.
let's take item 9. I'm sorry?
On 9, you really are going to need to report why we are rescinding the transit tax for
All right, do we have
federal
staff here? Mr. Carey is here
state
to...
employees.
Okay. Chair recognizes Mr. Carey, our city clerk.
My recollection, Councilman Holden, there was a court case that decided that the federal, state, and local government employees should not be taxed when they travel on government business. And we've complied. We sent out a letter telling the local hotels not to collect the tax when...
You already done that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we just, this amendment than is to existing law, which makes us be in compliance with courts.
Correct.
Court order. How does this affect city employees traveling to Washington, to Sacramento, et cetera?
Should apply there as well.
So we should ask them to remove the tax?
Yes.
Have we been doing that?
That I don't
I'm
know.
not.
That I don't know, Counsel.
Actually, that's a good point. I suspect that, first of all, most city employees who have occasion to travel don't know about this, and so we might want to make a point of letting
Well, we
people
should
know.
be provided a letter when we travel.
Right.
To submit it at the front desk at the various hotels and say we're on city business. and they get-
See what happens when we try to do this elsewhere.
Okay, all
do
right. If it's court order, we got to comply.
My recollection, it was based on a court case, but...
I can't imagine us doing it if we didn't have to,
no,
somehow. Okay, anybody else?
How much money does it, we're losing on this?
We really don't know because it's such a small amount relative to our local tax. The transient occupancy tax generates...
Does it become a bookkeeping problem where they're saying it's
No.
more than it really is? And how do we guarantee that they're all city, all state, federal employees?
One
and
of the
tax
things...
don't go,
yeah. We don't audit all the hotels, but we do periodic audits of this tax, and they are required to document the fact that I'm a government employee and should not pay the tax.
But if a hotel is falling on hard times, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That could be half of their...
If they can't document the exemptions that they've given, then they are obligated to pay the tax.
All right, we have to watch them closely.
Correct.
All right, open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 eyes.
Now, did that need 12 votes, or? All right, so that'll go over 1 week. We're up to item 10.
Item
I
number
believe.
10.
Mr. Holden, could you push your button so I can?
Mr. President, members, I'm sure you might want to have a discussion on this as well, is that when you had the wastewater usage sewer service charge, so to speak, it was established based on the winter rates, the winter usage, I believe. And if that were the case, if a person moved out of that unit, out of that house, after the winter rates had been established by the Department of Water and Power, and another family moved in with fewer people within the family, then of course I felt it was unfair to charge them the rate as if they were of the larger family. And I think this was introduced some time ago, however, it's before us, to modify or to amend the ordinance to make that happen. But it's kind of cumbersome here, Madam President. So I'd like to have an explanation from the Department of Water and Power.
I think Ms. Mizakowski, who is asked to speak next, can probably answer your question, and if not, I think I can.
More precisely and more detail.
I will try to answer that question, Mr. Holden. What has happened is, you're right, we did change the way we calculated the winter rate and did that across the board. And over the last year and a half, the Bureau of Sanitation in particular has found that legitimate issues are raised by different kinds of families, different kinds of situations, and in terms of the learning of how there should be an ability to offer various rates of calculation, various methods of calculating, and where there can be demonstrated, documented evidence, whether or not it's larger family, whether or not it's the low-flow toilet being installed. There are a couple of variations that they've noticed that people, our citizens have brought to their attention, and they say these are legitimate, it's fair, and we need to amend the ordinance to allow these kind of alternative calculations available for those who want to take advantage of it. So it's really been the evidence accumulated over the last year or two since we've had the new ordinance into effect that says we need to amend it to make it easier and give variety if people want to take these options. So they are able to talk about how they do it, but this was demonstrated, it makes sense, it came through Environmental Quality Committee, and we were happy to support it, and that's why you have the ordinance and the report on the desk today.
Again, all right. The only question, I think I introduced about a year and a half ago or so, this motion, and for those persons who've been penalized because the Department of Power chose to wait until it has some concrete evidence, and at the same time these families have been paying this excess usage fee, Are there any plans in place to reimburse them for excessive overcharge?
This was done by way of evidence where appeals were brought to environmental quality, and we in fact granted them, as did the department, in suggesting that some of these had legitimate claims. So those where information has been made available and people were able to document it, there have been refunds or recalculation, in some cases ending up in refunds.
Right,
so
then
this
we-
ordinance now goes forward saying others have that advantage.
So
This
we-
ordinance will institutionalize
Right.
the ability to do that.
Right, so the consumer notification is what I'm going to raise at this point in time. And what I mean by that is that there should be some notice submitted to the users asking them how long they lived in the unit, when the number of people in their family, and that's a good way of documenting and giving them some notification that they can request an adjustment. It's really simple. How many people in your family has it changed since last year? I'd like to amend the motion to require that some consumer notification speaking to that issue be submitted to the users.
Could I suggest, since I
She
believe...
said
what-
yes. She said
Yeah,
yes.
except the problem is if you're going to amend the ordinance, it has to go back and come around again. What I was going to suggest is, what I was going to suggest is that we adopt the ordinance and you bring in a separate motion, which we can then adopt, which...
You amend it today and adopt it, then it's going to go over for 1 week anyway because you don't have 12 people.
Mr. Holden, I don't think we need to amend the ordinance. The ordinance puts in place everything that we want. The instruction asking the department to look at notification in the bills and other ways of creating the communication about
Right.
this new ordinance and about the change, it makes sense, but the ordinance can go forward
So we can
today.
amend the committee report, but
To-
we don't have to
right.
amend the ordinance. Is that okay? Is that okay with everybody else? Hearing no objections, that will be, the motion before us is to adopt the amended committee report and the ordinance as presented. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 eyes.
All right, so the ordinance goes over because we didn't have 12, and the committee report is adopted. Next item.
You have a special one, a motion brought in by Councilmember Chick. The city attorney will explain the need to make the findings.
Ms. Weingart.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. On Tuesday evening, July 27th, at Topanga and Sherman Way, a woman with her elementary school son was assaulted and raped. This is the 5th incident in the area, and the Los Angeles Police Department believes it is the work of a serial rapist. The Los Angeles Police Department has called the city and asked that we do a reward so that anyone with knowledge in the community would come forth and we could catch this person. Therefore, the council would need to make the findings that the need to act arose after the posting of the agenda and that there's an immediate need to act.
All right, we'll vote first on the findings. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 eyes.
And we now have special one before us. Mrs. Chick.
Yes, colleagues, I think both the motion speaks for itself as well as articles that have been in our city newspapers lately. I simply rise to use the opportunity to raise the public's consciousness that we are both offering a reward, seeking information to assist the police department in apprehending this very dangerous criminal, and also to raise the public's consciousness, particularly, of course, women, to really at all times use good common sense and precautions, to look about you when you are walking to a car, to lock the car immediately when you get in it and when you leave it, but that this is a time of heightened precaution, and there are a variety of things that we can all do to make sure that we stay safe even when we have such heinous criminals at large as this one. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no further comments, open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 eyes.
And forthwith, please. Next item.
This is the time for comments from the public on non-agenda items.
I'm sorry, I can't read this. I may be reading this wrong. Mr. Peter Verkeek? Oh, okay.
My name is Pieter Verkaik, and I live in Eagle Rock. That is the 14th district. And we are living in a mobile home park. There is 2% increase on a monthly base for utilities and 3% for property. 2% from a different amount and 3% from another amount. That doesn't make it 5%. I calculated this, that the increase is between 2 and 3%, not 5%, because it is a miscalculation. And I wonder what can be done about it. I moved in that mobile home park in 1983. I paid $150 a month. Now I pay $425. And I feel that the increase is not only too much, but it has been miscalculated since 1979, if I'm right. And I wonder what can be done about it. Is Mr. Nick Pacheco here? Oh. So I want to talk to you if possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd suggest you do talk to Mr. Pacheco. You seem to have already thought of that. And we do have one more speaker, Ms. Eva Bizelitz. Again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name.
That's okay. Mrs. President and Council Member, I am here because I would like to ask you a favor. Could you change the rule when the tenants write a lease to the landlord and give it to the security deposit? To who should they ask to return back the security deposit? Lately, I was in a small claim court. I live in Sterling, Wiltshire. And then he doesn't return my security deposit. I give all my paper to Mr. Führer, Councilman. He never ever answer or send me back the paper. The judge asked me to show to the lease. I cannot show the lease because he have it. But he said, Mr. Sterling is not in the list. So I lost the case. I would like to ask you, if I write a check, ever since I lived there, for 3 years, Sterling, Wiltshire, I never wrote a check to that person who the judge showed me who's on that property. Would you please change this rule, because $1,742 is a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Doug Kortoff.
Hi, I'm here to talk about the Bayona issue, the projected $428 million in tax-free Belarus bonds, which are going to come up before the council on the 6th. These bonds are the last gasp of a desperate project. Belarus funding is not intended for city projects. Belarus funding is intended for cases where you have willing sellers, willing renters, and willing developers, and you just need government stimulus in order to get the project going. This project, you'd just be giving them $428 million to bail out Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. Here's the letter that I wrote to the mayor, and I'd like to read it until I run out of time. The Playa Vista project and the Bayona wetlands lowers the quality of wild areas we can offer migratory birds, endangered plants, and animals. It also affects the quality of our own lives. The people of Los Angeles need an area which contains some small semblance of the lush, river-fed, green paradise which was the Los Angeles basin of old. Restoration of the 100,087 acres of freshwater brackish and salt marsh habitat, formerly the delta of the Los Angeles River and the Sentinel and Ballona Creeks, would provide good jobs for local youth learning the occupation of the 21st century, ecological management of shrinking resources amid expanding populations. Locating the project with its badly needed funding in an inner city area such as the Slauson Corridor or North Hollywood would go a long way towards reminding those areas of the city that the government has not forgotten about them. Intern training programs, subsidies, and new construction will bring good jobs and ongoing business activity to areas of Los Angeles which were at one time vital centers of commerce and trade. And I can remember when I was in the 50s, we were in the junk business. We used to go down to places down on Jefferson Boulevard, Western Avenue, Slauson. All those areas were full of small businesses, vitally concerned with commerce, healthy, hiring people. Now the city has forgotten about them. The city doesn't come in, doesn't clean the streets adequately, doesn't steam the sidewalks, doesn't provide adequate police protection, doesn't support the lawful elements of the community they're trying to make a living space in those areas, which the city could easily do, but it's turned its attention away. The troubled Playa Vista project has now turned into the expedient of Mello-Roos bonds. The city council...
Mr. Kordoff, you did give each of us a copy of the letter, and I have somebody else who wants to speak.
Thank you very
I do need
much.
to reserve some time
Oh,
for
no
him.
problem. Thank you very much. I'll be back.
Thank you. I'm sure you will. We always enjoy visitors from Seal Beach. Mort, well, we do. We have one who works here, after all. I'm sorry, I can't read this name. Mort Allen. Mr. Mort Allen.
My name is Mort Allen, 12528 Ventura Boulevard, Studio City. I wanted to say this because I didn't know how else to get it in. This is regarding a closed session on Tuesday on the bus shelters. Our group in Studio City has done a huge amount of research. We've had Rose and Kindle law firm look over the contracts and everything, and we're bringing in a proposal with a $19 million check, and we want to make sure it gets looked at for we want more shelters, another 2,500, and if we can, the president of the company would like to come in here. They've been here 100 years in downtown LA, Eller Media, on 5 acres, and they feel slighted because they haven't been able to talk to any bid since 1982. So I just didn't know the procedure, and I just wanted to let you guys know that there are other people that want to do it, and they don't care about the existing 990 that are there now. They want to get the additional ones in. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And you were exactly right to bring it to us in public comment. We have the option to, even with a closed session item, to take testimony before we go into closed session. And we also have the option, although we very rarely do it, to invite a particular interested party into the closed session long enough to give testimony, and then we throw them out while we have the deliberation. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. That closes the public comment period, and we'll move on to the next item.
Motions for posting and referral.
Without objection, so ordered.
You have an excuse on the desk. Councilmember Ridley Thomas requests to be excused Tuesday, August 16th, and Wednesday, August 17th. City business meets council policy.
So ordered.
Now you should recess the
Yes,
council
we will
meeting and go
recess
to
the
the
regular
special
meeting.
meeting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special meeting, which we will now call to order. Do you have to call the roll for that? Please call the roll.
Burnson, Chick, Fear, Galanter, Goldberg, Hernandez, Holden, Miskowski, Pacheco, Padilla, Ridley Thomas, Warnich, Wax, Walters, Ferraro, 11 members present in the quorum, Madam President.
Thank you. We have one item, which is a closed session item, so we will have to ask that everyone who is not involved in the closed session, please excuse yourselves. I believe this... pointed out that you didn't happen to be here, so put her back in. She's here.
She's here. Oh, well, we have her checked off. Oh, yeah, she's checked. She's here. 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 She's here.
Oh, right, okay. All right. All right, we're back on. All right, Madam Clerk, we have a vote, we have a motion on the floor on item 1.
In the settlement of the case of G.A. McDonald Construction Company versus City of L.A. et al. In the amount of $1,948,180.56 plus interest of $333.07 per day from July 1st.
Ouch. All right, we have a motion by Mr. Burnson, seconded by me, and advice from the city attorney: open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 eyes.
Ouch, again. All right, forthwith, please. And I believe that we can now adjourn the special meeting and return to the regular meeting for anything left besides adjourning
The
motion?
disc is clear.
Do we have any adjourning motions? Will everybody please rise for adjourning motions? Mr. Wax.
Madam President, first I'd like the council to adjourn in the memory of Maury Dalem. He was a long-time prominent business person, philanthropist, extraordinarily active at UCLA, just involved in so many civic and educational activities, and he's left a great legacy. I think a lot of us would like to, we should all adjourn in memory of Fred Klein. I know that certainly, Nate, you would have known him, head of the Capitol News Service. He was a fire commissioner for both the city and the county of Los Angeles, and a person who was really an interesting, active voice in the community. And also Jerry Gursky, who was the wife of my friend Hal Gursky, Harold Gursky, and had been very involved in Sherman Oaks activities and Sherman Oaks Rec Center, and I'll give the clerk the pertinent information.
Anybody else? Call the roll. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Walters.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to ask the council to adjourn in memory of Mitty Watkins, who passed away July 25th. She is survived by her only child, Sergeant Dan Watkins of 77th Street Division.
All members on that. Call the roll. Thank you. The council is adjourned.